Welcome to the Art of the Day portion of this week's lecture. Before watching this, be sure to watch the lecture on printmaking. These two artists are both printmakers, and in order to understand their processes, I think you would really benefit from watching the lecture first. We have two presentations, like I said, one from Mario and one from Nicole, and I think they both did pretty great jobs. So let's check out what they have. We'll start with Mario's lecture on Catherine Polk. This is a great image. It looks like a lithograph to me. I don't see anything written next to it, but lithographs lend to lines like this, so do etchings. But when it comes to the color and the value gradation, I think this is probably a lithograph if I were to print this. Here is Catherine's biography. Catherine Polk was born in 1952. She's about 68 years old. In 1983, she moved to Tucson, Arizona with her husband, Andrew Polk. Andrew Polk is also a lithographer. She is from Memphis, Tennessee, and her education, she attended the Memphis College of Art and also the University of Memphis. She has only been doing lithographs since the year 2002, around her late 50s. That's interesting. Some of her artwork is around the country and at universities. She has an Instagram. Her handle is @OneChair, and she posts her art there as well. That is a good point. Thank you for bringing it up, Mario, because artists have Instagrams, typically speaking, in today's day and age. And if you are looking to looking for like something visually interesting, something appealing, something to share in your story or whatever, make yourself look a little bit more cultured, you should be looking for some of your favorite artists on Instagram. A lot of the living ones really do have Instagrams, and it's a great way to see what they're up to. These look like more lithographs. Again, I don't see titles, and I'd like to know the sizes of them. This is interesting. I love the mix of images and iconography in the work. More interesting images. Looks like she does self-portraits. This gray-haired woman has come up a couple times, and I know she has gray hair. Reminds me of some other artwork by some other artists. Frida Kahlo, for example, if you're familiar with her work. They're really kind of trippy if you look at them long enough. What do we have up here? We've got just lips with teeth smiling. This laundry bag or grocery bag might be on fire. The curtains are on fire. Popcorn. There's a lot going on here. According to the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, the subject matter of Catherine Polk's art focuses on everyday activities, chores, relationships between women, mothers and daughters, and so on, often with the same characters recurring in different works. I personally agree and see where the subject matter comes from. Her artwork is feminine, but amazing. In Mario's opinion, I truly enjoy looking at Catherine Polk's artwork. Her theme of feminine duties, activities, etc. bring in a new perspective that can be used with creativity such as art. I really like how unique she is as an artist and was shocked that not many artists follow the same theme as her. She uses feminine colors through most to all art pieces. She is one of a kind and have grown interest in seeing her art. I agree. I think that Catherine Polk's work is interesting. I would personally steer clear of calling work masculine or feminine, though it is true that there is a lot of the characters seem to be women and recurring characters, really. I really like this image here. The two faces in one. It's beautiful. Thank you, Mario. All right, let's go on to Nicole's presentation on William Kintridge. William Kintridge was born on April 28, 1955, in Johannesburg, South Africa. He's now 65 years old. From 1975 to 1991, he was a member of the Junction Avenue Theatre Company. He has, in 76, he has a BA in Politics and African Studies from the University of Witwatersrand in South Africa. From 76 to 78, he also studied fine art at the Johannesburg Art Foundation. From 78 to 81, he was a set designer and educated others on design painting. From 81 to 82, he studied mime and theater in Paris. In the 80s, he was an art director for television series and feature films. 1992, he was a director, set designer, and actor of the Handspring Puppet Company. Sounds like he's very much has a history in theater and in art design. So art design being how art is used in movies, television, theater. Here's some facts. Sorry. All right, here's some facts. He focused on showing apartheid art. He attended the University of Witwatersrand in Johannesburg. His father was a noted anti-apartheid lawyer. His art is in the museums all over Europe. Okay, I just want to cover a couple words here. If you have noticed, William Kintridge is white. And he's also from Africa. He's from the country of South Africa. South Africa has a long history of being colonized by Europeans, specifically the English and the Dutch. And so this word apartheid, it's a word that refers to segregation. So in the American South during slavery, that would be called apartheid, where you have black people with a certain set of rights and white people with a certain set of rights. And even after the Civil War, there were laws that governed black people separately than white people. Those are called Jim Crow laws. So apartheid refers to the United States, but it also refers to South Africa, where they had different laws governing black Africans as opposed to white Africans for uh, all the way until about 1990. So what Nicole is saying is that he focused on apartheid politics in his artwork, and his father was an anti-apartheid lawyer trying to end segregation in South Africa. Artist and critic statement from William Kintrich himself. I am interested in a political art, that is to say, an art of ambiguity, contradiction, incompleted gestures, and uncertain ending. An art and a politics in which optimism is kept in check and nihilism at bay. Nihilism simply means that nothing matters and you can do whatever you want to other people. From a critic named Caitlin Dover. There is only one truly world-class fine artist working today who consistently uses animation. William Kintrich, the South African multimedia artist who is the subject of a well-deserved retrospective at the Museum of Modern Art that opened last week, has been making richly detailed short films using stop-motion animation since the late 1980s. And that's true. I don't see any of his films in this presentation, but he has done some really great films where he draws and erases on the same image and photographs it and strings them together to make films. All right, so what we're looking at here is, I suppose it's a print. I'm not sure what type of print. Maybe a lithograph. It looks like it could be a woodcut or relief print. These look like bronze sculptures on a table. Ubu and Truth and Reeds. William Kintrich also does a lot of charcoal drawing. So to me, this looks like a lithograph. This could be a lithograph, but it might also be a charcoal drawing. His artwork is somewhere in between being able to identify either. A print on top of a map. These look like two figures, maybe African style in tradition. So North Pole map, notes towards a model opera. Interesting. I like that image. I'd like to learn more about it. This might be a woodcut print. On the left, art in a stage of siege. On the right, either it's a drawing or it is a lithograph. Caspere is full of love. Leaning on Air, where it appears that he took apart a book, pages from a book, hung them on a wall, and printed on each of them separately and reassembled them. This might be a drawing here, a mix of charcoal and pastel. Nine trees. Who knows? Maybe this isn't a print. Maybe he painted it with ink. Again, on pages from books. It'd be interesting to know what those books were. Mine, 1991, either charcoal or a lithograph. This is most certainly a charcoal and pastel drawing. The heart has its own memories. From Nicole, I find William Kentridge's work fascinating. I see the details and the depth that goes into each work. I think that his work has more meaning than most can wrap their heads around. Some of his work is very intriguing and they hold a powerful meaning behind it. His mind goes beyond most people since they are not around that time to see it for themselves. There's something about his work that really calls my name. Overall, he's a great artist. I'll accept that. That's nice. All right, that is the end of our Art of the Day presentations. If you haven't watched the lecture, you should have, but go ahead and watch the lecture and then take the quiz. The quiz will be on these Art of the Day presentations and also on the lecture.